Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm glad you're here because I am filming an update for my Pan Those Eyeshadows today. Finally, thank goodness. It is, what day is it? September 17th today, so we are more than halfway through September, and I finally gotten the chance to sit down and film my update for the month of September. So I've just been kind of trucking along with my eyeshadow project. I was ready to film an update on the 1st, but time got away from me. I filmed my Project Pan update, and my intention was to film my Pan Those Eyeshadows right after, and here we are 16 days later. I love doing this project. It forces me to use items in my collection that I haven't maybe gotten the use that they deserve, and it's been really fun. So I have a few updates for you today, maybe a couple pans, maybe a couple of rollouts. You'll have to stay tuned to see what they are. So if you're interested, go ahead and keep on watching. All right, hopefully this looks okay. I don't even know how to connect my thing to a monitor. Can you teach me how to do that? I'm filming on my phone, if you didn't already know. Anyways, I'm in my work attire, so I hope that you don't mind me looking like a complete nerd. It was school picture day, so I wanted to look professional. So I hope that I accomplished that, or as professional as one can look with having pink hair. The kids like it though, so I go with it, and I enjoy it too, of course. These are the palettes I've been working on, and we will start going through them. We'll start with the eyeshadows I've had in this project the longest. So my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette has been with me for 3 months now. Well, over 3 months, since we are well into September right now. And I've been working on 2 shades in here. So the first shade that I was working on was Summer Yum. And this shade has been in my project now for 3 months. More than 3 months, but regardless, this is my 3rd update with it. And I've used this shade a ton. This is what it looked like last month. It had definitely been difficult to show any use in this eyeshadow. Too Faced shadows are famous for that. I have been using it consistently. After last update, I'd used it 37 times. And in the past 6 weeks, I've used it a whopping 26 more times. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 26. So that's a lot. I was very faithful to this shadow. That's a total of 63 uses, which is a huge amount. And what do you think? Do you think after 63 uses, was I able to hit pan? What do you think? Pause the video, put it in the comments. Well, shocker. I did not hit pan. I knew I wouldn't hit pan. These pans are just too deep, too densely packed. So here's the shade right here, Summer Yum, and this is what she's looking like. And yeah, this shade, super easy to wear, very, I love warm tone shadows, so really enjoyed wearing it. And I've just been loving getting use on this palette. It definitely is looking more loved, and that makes me happy. And that's why I brought this palette in, was so that I could just get it beat up a little bit and fall in love with it again, which I really have. I feel like if I lost this palette, or I lost all my makeup tomorrow, I would rebuy this palette as one of my go-to neutral everyday palettes. So anyways, it's been in for 3 months. I've used it a whopping 63 times, and I'm calling it good. We're rolling it out. I hit my 3-month and 30 use goal. Far surpassed it. Yeah, even though I did get a little bit of a dent in there, didn't hit pan, but overall, the whole palette got use and love, and that is a win for me. And while we're at it, I also have a second shade in this palette that has been in for 2 months now, and that is the shade Caramelized. And last month, it was looking like this. It's like a shimmery brown color. And this month, I was able to use it. So I'd used it 16 times. This month, I used it an additional 16 times. So I've now used this shade 32 times. And she's looking like that. So you can see there's starting to be a little bit of a dip in there. I mostly use my finger to apply lid shades. So the indent you're seeing is the indent from my finger. I don't know if that's making it go slower or faster, probably slower. But it's getting a little dip. It definitely looks more worn than it did last update, because I used it 60 more times. I always film these on Fridays after work, so I'm just like, my brain is spent from the day. If I have already spoken about a cajillion words by the end of my week, and I don't know why I do this to myself. I really should save it for the weekends. But the weekends are for sleep and for friends, so Caramelized is going to stay with me another month because I have used it 32 times, but it's only been in 2 months, and I'm want to reach that 3-month goal that I set for myself. And I love this palette, so I'm really happy to get 1 more month of use on it. And just, I would be really happy if I could hit like a bonus pan in here because Peaches and Cream is really starting to get a little dip in there. And so is Candied Peach. I use that shade all the time. And I'm also dipping into Luscious here and there when I want to treat myself to some Luscious eyeshadow because I love that shade. It's a great shade. So yeah, Caramelized is going to stay in, but Summer Yum's rolling out, and this palette's going to hang out for a little bit longer. There is Summer Yum, and there is Caramelized. So she's going to head back to her little spot on my vanity. The next shade we're going to update on is from my Almay Cosmetics Reina del Caribe palette. And I was working on the shade La Costa, which is that shimmer in the upper left corner. And I had used this 22 times the first month, and it had a decent dip in it, and it was looking like this. And since then, I was using the shade every single day, I swear, in the inner corner. And I thought that this pan would never come. It was so deep, I thought that there was like buried treasure in there or something. After 26 more uses and the deepest pan I've ever seen, I eventually did hit pan. And there she is right there. And it's a pretty nice looking pan. I don't know if you can even appreciate how deep this is. I'll definitely do close-ups to give you a good picture, but it was very frustrating. Every single week I was like, this is the day. Not every single week. Every single time I used it for a solid like 2 weeks, it was misleading me. I was thinking, yes, this is the day. I'm definitely gonna hit pan today. I was maybe being a little rough on La Costa because I just knew that it was so close, and I was getting frustrated. And anyways, it finally came, and I was happy that after 48 uses, that's a huge amount, especially since I was using such a pinpointed brush, such a, a small detailed brush to dip in there. So you'd think it would go pretty fast. There's La Costa right there. And it was a very easy shade to wear. I did wear it all over the lid a couple times, but mostly just in the inner corner. And also like kind of on the lower lid, the like a lower waterline. What am I talking about? Like under the eye in the inner part. I got there. Anyways, so La Costa's going out. I did have fun playing with this palette. I dipped into El Malecon a couple times. I also did Coco Taxi a few times and was using Cafecito as a liner some days. And I probably used Tropico here and there too. So yeah, got some good use out of it and happy to put it back in my collection. This is a great palette and the only palette from BoxyCharm I think I still own. It's a good one. The next shade is from my Jacky Aina ABH palette, and it is the shade Big Wig. Last month I had used it 8 times and it had a small little disturbance in it. It was looking like this. And this month I was able to use it 9 more times, which is not as many as I would have hoped, but I don't know. I just like couldn't bring myself to wear purples, which is so unlike me. Like I love purple, but I think it was just a lot of work looks, wanting things more neutral. So didn't get a ton of use out of it. I did use it as a liner a couple times and in the outer corner a couple times. Used it 9 more times, so it's now been 17 uses, and she's looking like this right here. You can see it's got a little bit of a dip in there, but nothing too major. And she's going to stay with me for another month. And hopefully I can get at least those 30 uses on there. That's pretty much going to be my goal for this one. I don't anticipate that I will hit pan. I just think that pan's pretty far off, and I don't use a ton of purple. I mean, I do, but when I use purple, I'm not like using a big amount of it. It's kind of more of like an accent. Yeah, I was able to hit Supreme within 30 uses, but that one was just a much more like all over shade. I could use that all over the lid, all over the crease, and Big Wig's kind of more of like a pointed use, which I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try and hit pan. I just really need to challenge myself and use more purples. And purples do make me happy, so I should just do it. I should just try and get, what do I need? 13 more uses at least. And if I hit pan at 13 uses, that'd be pretty impressive, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do. I'll let you know. I'm still just not loving this shade that much either. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've just used better purples. It's a pretty color, but I just don't love how it performs. Sorry. Not your best shade, ABH. So Jacky Aina is going to stay in for another month. The last shade we're going to update is the shade from my Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette, and it is the shade Peach for the Stars, that beautiful pastel peach shimmer. I've used this shade 13 times in the past month, and it's getting a fair little dip in it. So this is what it looked like brand new, and this is what it is looking like now. So there she is, Peach for the Stars. You see her? Can you see her dip? Hopefully. I love this shade. It's beautiful all over the lid. Very easy to wear every day. It lasts all day. I use my NYX glitter glue with it, tap it on the lid, and seriously, like into the night, it still looks just as beautiful and shimmery and like wet looking than it did when you applied it at 8 a.m. in the morning, or for me, like 6:30 a.m. in the morning is when I get ready. So it has incredible lasting power, really beautiful, and I'm loving having it in my project. I knew I would. I knew as soon as I rolled this in that I was just like, yes, this is what I want. Okay, so there she is. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful shimmer. So yeah, used it 13 times. It's got a little dippage. I know that these are so highly pigmented. I don't know if I'll hit pan after 30 uses. I really just like tap my finger in and apply. That's all I need to do to get the pigment I need. I'm going to do right now. Put a little on. Because I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste this leftover product that's on my finger. I just want to waste it. So yeah, Pastel Dreams will be in for probably another 2 months. I'm okay with that. I'm happy. I'm happy she's staying. So that is my palette from last month. And we're rolling out Summer Yum as well as La Costa. And then the other shades are staying in. It's time then to roll in some new shades, and I'm gonna do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I hope I can handle it. And if not, then we'll just go back to the way that I've been doing it. But what I want to do is I want to roll in a 6th shadow, because I just feel like 5 is not enough. I want just like one more thing to add into the mix, just to add variety and increase the amount of diversity I can get in my looks. So I'm going to do that today. So I'm not only going to roll in 2 new shades, I'm going to roll in 3 new shades. So we'll have 6 beautiful eyeshadow shades to work on in my project. And I just feel like that'll be fun. Like, I love this project. I want to add more eyeshadow. It's a win-win. And more is more, right? So I'm gonna get my computer. Let's roll in some eyeshadows. I did get a bunch of new eyeshadow palettes, but I'm not putting them into my spreadsheet right now. So I'll put them in next time, and then we can add to our possibilities. I have 385 eligible eyeshadows to roll into my project. So I'm gonna use a random number generator on Google and choose 3 numbers from my spreadsheet. I was also considering doing like a random draw of my palettes and then choosing a eyeshadow, which I hope would be like a little more random. I just feel like these numbers get like clumped together a lot. So let me know if you think that's a better system, and I'll start doing that. Maybe just for fun to mix it up. So let me know in the comments below if you think I should change how I select my numbers or my eyeshadows. All right, we're gonna generate 3 numbers. Got 195. See, I feel like I've gotten that number before. 270, then 160. So we'll see what those shades are. If I roll in a shade that's similar to one I'm already working on, or if I roll in a black, I'm going to re-roll just for interest's sake. So let's go to my spreadsheet. Okay, 195. Oh, okay. That's for my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, which is it's a neutral palette, so it's not gonna be very exciting, but it's a palette that I've been wanting to get more use on because it's getting old and I've kind of been wanting to get rid of it. So if I could get some use on it before I get rid of it, that might be nice. 270 is from my Ciate Glitter Storm palette, which I've already rolled in before, but I do love that palette, and it's another like purpley palette. And then 160 is from my Lorac Vintage Pro palette, which is like this really tiny, small. I'm not really excited about that. I might reroll. Let's see. Shade 195 is from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and it's shade number 10, which is this shade right here. And I swear to goodness, this is like a dead ringer for Summer Yum, which I just rolled out. And it's like a very warm toned shade. And I just feel like I've just been through this for the past 3 months. I mean, it is quite a bit deeper. Oh my gosh, that is so pigmented. I like forgot about this palette and how good it was with the mattes. So there's that color right there next to Summer Yum. I don't know. I just feel like I want something different, you know? So I don't know. What should I do? I'm gonna just hold on to it for a second. Okay, wait, let me swatch my other shades. Still working on my swatches, guys. Just every night, just practice my swatching. So there are the shades that are staying in. Now, what are we gonna add to this? Well, I'm just gonna hold off on that Kat Von D shade for a second and look at this other shade, which is from the Ciate Glitter Storm palette. This beautiful baby here. Oh, and for old time's sakes. I feel like it's just like sexy. I don't know. I love it. Sorry, I'm in DL. We rolled in shade number 4 from this palette. This is I think 270, which is this shade here, Comet. And I just think it's beautiful. I love mauve tones. I love pinks. And I think this will be really pretty. I'm gonna swatch it for you. This one's gonna come in. It's coming in. I think it'll pair well with Big Wig. It's coming in. All right, so there she is there. Very easy color to wear, very beautiful, very neutral, but like just soft and pretty and feminine. And I'm excited about this, and I'm excited to have this palette back on my vanity again. And again, this was a gift from my sister, so it reminds me of her, and I love using it just to enjoy this glitter in my life. Like I said, I love glitter. I love it. Love it. So she's gonna join the party over here. So the other shade I rolled in was shade 160 in my spreadsheet, which is from this Lorac palette. This is called the Lorac Vintage Vixen palette. And I rolled in shade number 3, which is this one right here in the middle. It's a very like taupey brown shade, you know, probably pretty easy to wear, but like, is it fun to wear? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if I want to wear this. This is another palette that I've like almost gotten rid of quite a few times. Okay, you know what? I kind of like that. Okay, so it's very like grayish brown color, and I've been meaning to get use on it. A friend gave me this palette. It was brand new when she gave it to me, and I love Lorac shades, and this is like a very cool tone neutral that I don't normally gravitate to. So it might be good to get something like that. And I think it would go well also with Comet. You know, it's like not the most exciting shade, but it's useful. We're gonna keep her in. This one's gonna stay. Vintage Vixen. And she's like small, you know, like that's easy to grab and just like use on a regular basis, and even just throw in like a purse if I need to. Okay, but I've decided that I am gonna re-roll the Kat Von D Shade and Light shade. Is that lame? I mean, it would go. I don't know. I just feel like I need another shimmer or just like a pop of color. I'm gonna re-roll. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it in. I'm sorry if that's boring. I feel like I've been wanting to get use on this. I really did like this palette. I keep it for mostly this quad here because I don't have a lot of like cool tone shades. Actually, not even the quad, like those 2 shades there. But I love this whole quad, and I can work in more of these mattes into my looks, you know, as I'm playing with the other shades too. So we're gonna keep her in. It's gonna be a long haul with this gal, but you know, it's an easy palette to work with. It's an easy shade to work with. You know, I'll be able to use it all the time. I don't think I'm gonna hit a pan in it though. That's okay. She's gonna come in. I feel like this might be a mistake. I don't know. This always happens. Didn't I like just swap out another shade for Summer Yum when I rolled that one in? Like, so that shade from the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. I just have a ton of warm neutrals. So there we are. There's my palette, 6 shades. And they all go really well together. I mean, that's quite a beautiful look, especially that little pop of purple in there. I really like the pink. I love that like taupey brown. Caramelized has been really fun to wear, really easy, really beautiful. And this one is just like a star. You're a star, baby. Peach for the stars. Oh my God, like literally pigment is like flying off my hand. So let's see if I actually have any makeup looks to share with you. I don't even know if I do, but let's see. I'm just gonna insert whatever photos I have of my makeup right here. yes, that is my update for Pan Those Eyeshadows. Thanks for watching my update today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, go ahead and leave it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of my progress and of my looks and of my new palette. And if you are also doing this project, let me know. I'd be thrilled to watch your videos. I'm obsessed with watching these videos. I watch them all the time. You can ask my husband. It's true. Just thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.